Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to Notes R.2 Part 2. So now we're going to go switch from addition and subtraction rules to multiplying decimal rules. So a couple other things. Now the first thing you're always going to want to do is you're going to want to estimate your answer. This is a super important step that you don't want to miss, right? Estimate your answer. That way when you get an answer, you can say, is that close to my estimate or not, right? You do not need to line up decimals, all right? So just set up the problem as normal, right? The longest number on top is the easiest way to do it. So don't line up the decimals. Just set it up like a regular multiplication problem. Shift everything to right. This is the big thing. Count how many digits are behind, oops, sorry about that, guys, behind the decimal in both numbers. And then swoop from the end of your answer left, depending on how many total digits you had behind each number. So then also check your answer against the estimate. So for instance here, 6.35 times 3.2, right? First I estimate 6.35 is about 6, 3.2 is about 3, so my answer should be close to about around 18, right? Notice in here I had two numbers behind the decimal, the 3 and the 5, and I had one number behind the decimal, the 2. So that means in the end, the 2 and the 1, should have swooped 3 times, right? So I do all my multiplication, I get 20.32, right, after I swoop 3 times. Otherwise, it looks like it's 20,320, right? So make sure you swoop, make sure you lay your egg, right? And 20 is pretty close to 18, right? Another way you can think about this is you can do it visually, right? All right, so if I said, here's a hundreds chart, right? And if I did 0.3, which is 3/10, right? So I did 3 tens lines, and then 0.4 did 4 tens lines. Notice what's shaded together is 12 boxes, right? So you over here, let's do the same thing. With your pencil, right? Shade in 5 lines right here, right? And then with your other pencil, shade in 3 lines right here. Hopefully a little bit neater than what I'm doing. But then hopefully you'll notice, okay, what's shaded together is this region right here, and you should be able to count up the boxes to say, oh, that's 15 boxes, right? And then it's just 0.15, right? I had one decimal here, so I swoop 1, 2. Okay, let's practice this a little bit. So it says, find the product of Minecraft sales from Gears of War. So we're using the numbers back on the front, right? So it says, let's start off by estimating. Minecraft sold an estimate 12 million. Gears of War sold an estimate of 5 million, so we should get around 60, right? So then let's actually do the multiplication. Again, I like putting the longest number on top. So this is 11.91. Do not line up the decimals times and just shove 5 all the way at the end there. Now let's multiply. So we got 5, we got 45, so put down a 5 and carry your 4. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. And then 5 times 1 is 5. So is that my answer? No, that's not my answer. I got swooped twice, right? Because I had 2 numbers behind the decimal here. So swoop twice. So the product of those 2 games is about 59,000,055, right? And I put MIL because, again, the units matter. 2, it says find the product of Halo Reach and Goat Simulator. So even though Goat Simulator is a much smaller number, I like putting it on the top. But let's first estimate. So Goat Simulator, excuse me, was 0.98, so that's about 1. And then Halo Reach, excuse me, is 5, so 1 times 5, so I should get about 5. A squiggly equal sign means about, okay? So we'll do the longer number on top, 0.98 times 5 on bottom, and we'll go to work. All right, so 8 times 5, 0, carry your 4. And then 5 times 9 is 45 plus 4, that's 49, so put down your 9, carry your 4. 5 times 0 is 0, but then plus 4 is 4, right? You know what? I messed up because I did my estimate here, so my fault. I need to erase. We make mistakes in math, we erase. So Halo Reach was actually 4.7, my fault, so that's why it should be 0.98 times 4.7. So then let's go ahead and try this again. So 8 times 7, we've got 56, so carry your 5. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 5 is 68. So carry your 6. And then 7 times 0 plus 6 is just 6, right? When I start a new line, I always lay an egg, and then I can go to multiply. So 4 times 8 is 32. So let's cross off the 5 and carry your 3 this time. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 3 is 39. So put down the 9 and cross off the 6 and carry the 3 this time. And 4 times 0 is 0, but plus 3 is 3. Now I add them up. So I got 6. This will be 10, so carry a 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 6 is 17, so put down the 7, carry 1. This should be in black. And then 1 plus 3 is 4, right? So that's not my answer, though, because, again, I've got 2 decimals here and 1 decimal here. So that means I need to swoop 3 times here. Don't forget that step. It's a very important step. If you don't do it, you're going to end up with a gigantic answer that is not the case here. All right, and I apologize. This should not be 17. Mr. Mason's always making mistakes. It should be 16, right? So 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 6 is 16. So we got 4.606 million, right? All right, you got 2 problems left here. It says find the product of both Call of Duty games. I'll let you go ahead and do that one. And then as well, number 4, Creativity Club 1. I'll let you do that one as well. All right, that's the end of part 2. We will do the concept check together.